You know that feeling when you're always the one texting first, always the one making sure the connection doesn't fade, always the one adjusting your schedule just to keep her close. And slowly, without realizing it, you become safe, predictable, replaceable. Here's the hard truth most men never hear. The moment she feels she can't lose you, she stops fearing losing you. Women don't cling to what's guaranteed, they value what feels scarce. They respect what they can't fully control, and when you become too available, too stable, too emotionally certain, you think you're proving loyalty, but you're actually lowering tension. There are 9 psychology-backed shifts that trigger something deep inside her. Not manipulation, not games, but the primal awareness that you could walk away. And if she doesn't fear losing you, she will slowly lose respect for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to restore that edge, not by becoming toxic, not by pretending to be someone else, but by reclaiming the position you were supposed to hold all along. If you're tired of feeling like the backup plan, like the one investing more than she is, hit like and subscribe. This channel is where men learn to understand women from the inside out. Not from fantasy, but from psychology. Let's start with the first shift that changes everything. Number 1, develop a more masculine persona. Let me tell you something most men misunderstand about attraction. Women are not drawn to masculinity because it looks good. They are drawn to it because it feels unpredictable. At a biological level, masculine energy signals strength, independence, and most importantly, optionality. Studies around testosterone and long-term mating patterns consistently show that men who display higher dominance traits are perceived as less easily tied down. Consciously or not, she understands this, and when she senses that a man is not automatically locked in, something inside her becomes alert. That alertness, that's where fear of loss begins. Now compare 2 men. The first one agrees with everything she says. He apologizes quickly. He over-explains his intentions. He reassures her constantly that he's not going anywhere. The second man listens. He speaks less, but when he does, he's clear. He doesn't rush to fix every emotional wave. He doesn't seek approval. He makes decisions without needing consensus. The first man feels safe. The second man feels solid. Safe is comfortable. Solid is powerful. When you soften yourself too much to be accepted, she relaxes. And when she relaxes too much, she stops valuing your presence. But when you hold a firm frame, when you don't over-validate, when you don't over-explain, when your commitment feels earned rather than guaranteed, she becomes more attentive. You don't need to become aggressive. You don't need to become cold. But you do need an edge. A quiet understanding that you choose her, you don't depend on her. Reduce the need for approval. Be decisive even if she disagrees. Stop narrating every thought to prove you're trustworthy. Mystery is not manipulation, it's emotional restraint. And remember this, soft men are loved temporarily. Strong men are feared to be lost. Number 2, spend more time with your brothers. A man who abandons his world for a woman slowly shrinks in her eyes. I've seen this pattern too many times. The relationship starts and suddenly he cancels poker night. He skips the gym sessions. He stops answering group chats. His entire routine reorganizes around her availability. At first she feels chosen, then she feels powerful, and eventually she feels bored. Why? Because when you cut off your male tribe, you don't just lose friendships, you lose grounding, you lose perspective, you lose the subtle, competitive energy that keeps you sharp. Women are deeply attuned to influence. If she becomes your only emotional outlet, your only source of validation, your only social anchor, she unconsciously realizes she controls your atmosphere, and control reduces fear. But when you maintain your circle, when you still show up for your friends, when you invest in male spaces that challenge you, when you have conversations that don't revolve around her, something shifts. She is no longer the center of your ecosystem. She becomes part of it. There's a psychological discomfort women feel when they sense their influence shrinking. Not because they want to dominate you, but because attraction thrives in tension. If your world functions perfectly without constant access to her, she becomes more aware that she could be excluded from it. That awareness creates investment. So stop asking permission to live your life. Go to the gym, take the trip, show up for your tribe. Let her see that your identity isn't dissolving into the relationship. Because here's the truth. A man without a tribe becomes emotionally domesticated. Number 3, expand your social circle to include more women. Let me clarify something before you misunderstand this. This is not about flirting with every woman you meet. It's not about playing jealousy games, it's about social proof. Women say they don't like competition, but biologically, emotionally, and socially, they respond to it. There's a concept in psychology called pre-selection. When a man is seen as desired by other women, even casually, even platonically, his perceived value increases, not because he changed, but because the market validated him. And women trust social proof more than male self-promotion. Picture this: you're at a gathering, you're relaxed, you're engaged in conversation. A female coworker laughs at something you said. Another woman greets you warmly, nothing inappropriate, just natural social chemistry. Watch her body language shift. She leans in closer, she becomes more attentive, her tone softens. Suddenly, you're not just hers, you're wanted. That subtle tension activates something primal. If other women see value in you, she becomes more conscious of securing her position. But here's the line you must not cross. Do not become a validation addict. If you chase female attention to provoke her, you look insecure. And insecurity kills attraction faster than invisibility. The power is in natural abundance. Build co-ed environments, professional networks, social hobbies. Let your presence be observed, not advertised. When she sees that other women enjoy being around you without you trying, she recalibrates your worth. Because women don't chase taken men, they chase wanted men. And when she feels that you are quietly in demand, she invests differently. Number 4, stop fearing losing her. This is where most men collapse silently. You won't admit it out loud, but inside you're afraid she might leave, afraid she might lose interest, afraid another man might outshine you. And that fear leaks. It leaks through overextinct, through double-checking her tone, through over-explaining your intentions, through giving more than she's earned just to secure your position. You think you're protecting the relationship, you're actually destabilizing it. Psychology is brutally simple here. Scarcity creates value. Desperation destroys it. When a man fears loss, his behavior shifts. He becomes hyper-available. He prioritizes her moods over his mission. He negotiates his standards to avoid conflict, and the more he tries to prevent abandonment, the more he signals that she is the prize and he is replaceable. Now flip the frame. Before she existed, you were fine. And routines, goals, a life. You weren't incomplete. You were whole. So why are incomplete? You acting like survival depends on her staying. This doesn't mean you withdraw affection. It means you regulate yourself. Delay responses when you're busy, not as a game, but because your life is structured. Don't rush to solve every insecurity she expresses. Don't beg for reassurance when tension appears. Sit in it. Stay calm. Emotional steadiness is dominance without aggression. The moment you genuinely accept that you could walk away and still be solid, your energy changes. You stop negotiating from fear. You start leading from stability. And here's the paradox no one tells you. The second you stop fearing losing her, she starts feeling the possibility of losing you. And in relationships, the one who fears less leads more. Number 5, be authentic and honest. Most men don't enter relationships as themselves. They enter as a version of themselves that they believe will be accepted. They soften opinions, they hide certain preferences. They laugh at things they don't actually find funny. They tolerate behaviors that quietly irritate them, all in the name of keeping harmony. But here's what you don't realize. Women are highly sensitive to incongruence. She may not consciously say he's performing, but she feels it. And emotional intuition is sharper than logic. When your words don't fully match your internal state, she senses instability. And instability reduces respect. There's also something else happening. When you shapeshift to maintain attraction, you subconsciously communicate that her approval determines your identity. And once she feels that level of influence, the power dynamic tilts. Now imagine a different response. She says something you disagree with. Instead of nodding along, you calmly say, "I don't see it that way." Not aggressively, not defensively, just honestly. Or she does something that doesn't sit right with you. Instead of swallowing it, you express it directly. That grounded honesty creates friction, but healthy friction builds polarity. Authenticity is rare because most people are afraid of rejection. But when you stop filtering yourself to be digestible, something shifts. You become defined, solid, distinct, and distinct men are harder to replace. You don't need to overshare, you don't need to be brutally blunt, but you do need to stop performing because a man who hides himself is already preparing to be replaced. Number 6, set firm boundaries. Let me say something that might challenge you. Women do not fall deeply in love with men, they can easily bend. Attraction does not grow in the absence of resistance. It grows when she feels structure, and boundaries are structure. Most boundary violations don't begin dramatically. They begin subtly. She replies hours late repeatedly while expecting immediate responses from you. She makes sarcastic comments that disguise disrespect. She cancels plans last minute without real accountability. Small things. The first time it happens, you ignore it. You tell yourself it's not worth tension. The second time, you laugh it off. By the third time, a new standard has been set, and you help set it. Here's the psychological dynamic. Every time you tolerate behavior that contradicts your values, you unconsciously lower your perceived threshold. And when she senses there are no consequences, she stops calibrating her behavior. Boundaries are not about controlling her, they are about defining you. A calm correction is powerful. I don't appreciate that. A steady tone, no raised voice, no emotional explosion, just clarity. And if the behavior continues, consequences without drama, less access, less investment, not as punishment, but as alignment. When you stand firm without anger, you communicate something primal. You value yourself, and women are wired to respect men who value themselves more than they fear conflict. When you hold your line, she adjusts. She becomes more careful, more aware, more intentional. But when you fold to avoid discomfort, she expands. Not maliciously, not consciously, but instinctively. And over time, she will test the limits of a man who doesn't define them. Remember this clearly. She cannot love a man she can bend. Number 7, show disappointment when necessary. There's a difference between anger and disappointment. Anger is loud, emotional, reactive. Disappointment is quiet, controlled, and far more powerful. When a woman breaks trust, crosses a line, or acts in a way that violates your standards, most men either explode or they pretend it didn't happen. Both reactions weaken you. Explosion signals emotional instability. Silence without acknowledgement signals tolerance, but calm disappointment that shifts the ground. Psychologically, women invest more in relationships where they feel they must earn back approval, not through games, through standards. Imagine she lies about something small, or she disrespects a commitment. Instead of arguing endlessly, you say, "That's not something I'm okay with." Your tone lowers. Your energy withdraws slightly. You become less available. Not cold, not cruel, just recalibrated. That subtle withdrawal activates something deeper than fear of conflict. It activates fear of losing status in your eyes. And here's why this works. Admiration matters to her. Being seen positively by you matters. When that perception shifts from admiration to disappointment, she feels the drop. Indifference doesn't move behavior. Disappointment does. Controlled silence, shorter responses, reduced emotional warmth, not as manipulation, but as alignment with your standards. When she feels she must earn back your full presence, she becomes more careful, more intentional, more invested, because indifference hurts less than disappointment. That's why disappointment changes behavior. Number 8, be emotionally unavailable sometimes. If you're always emotionally accessible, you become emotionally predictable, and predictability lowers tension. Many men believe that being constantly available makes them secure partners, so they answer every call immediately. They respond to every text within seconds. They stay up at 2 a.m. listening to repetitive emotional spirals, even when they have work in the morning. At first, she appreciates it, then she expects it, and eventually she stops valuing it. When you become her permanent emotional sponge, you remove mystery. You remove space. You remove the possibility of absence. And without the possibility of absence, there is no fear of loss. This is not about ignoring her. It's about controlled access. If you're busy, you respond when you're free. If you're focused, you finish your task before engaging. If she wants to vent every night, you don't always make yourself the therapist. You have a life, and that life doesn't pause on command. Small emotional gaps create awareness. When she texts and you don't instantly respond, she notices. When you're present but not absorbing every mood fluctuation, she recalibrates. That recalibration is healthy. It reminds her that your energy is valuable and not endlessly available. Constant access kills mystery, and mystery sustains attraction. Number 9, center your life around something greater than her. This is the shift that ties everything together. A woman does not fear losing a man whose entire existence revolves around her. She may appreciate it, she may enjoy the attention, but she will not fear losing it because she knows he has nowhere else to go. When a man abandons his mission for love, he thinks he's proving devotion. He cancels goals, delays ambition, puts his growth on hold to be more present, more available, more accommodating. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The more you shrink your world to fit her, the less she feels the need to fight for space in it. Women are deeply attracted to men moving towards something. A career vision, physical mastery, a personal mission, something that demands focus and discipline, something that exists independently of her approval. Why? Because purpose creates hierarchy. When your life is structured around a mission, she steps into your world, not the other way around. She senses that you are guided by internal direction, not relational dependency. And dependency kills tension. Imagine two scenarios. In the first, your schedule is built around her moods. Your weekends depend on her availability. Your plans adjust to avoid friction. In the second, your week is built around your objectives. Gym, business, projects, growth. She is invited into that structure, but she does not define it. Which man feels harder to replace when your life is full? When your energy is directed forward, when your identity expands beyond the relationship. She feels it. She feels that if she steps out of alignment, she could lose access to a man whose trajectory will continue regardless. That awareness creates respect, and respect creates fear of loss. Because a woman fears losing a man who doesn't need her to exist. You've just seen the pattern. None of these shifts are about manipulation. None of them are about becoming cold, arrogant, or emotionally distant. They are about restoring structure, restoring tension, restoring value. Fear of loss is not created through games, it's created through three things: respect, uncertainty, and self-worth. When she respects you, she calibrates her behavior. When there's healthy uncertainty, she stays invested. When you value yourself, she feels the cost of losing you. But if she feels completely secure in your desperation, if she senses that no matter what she does, you will stay, adjust, overgive, and overcompromise, she will never fight to keep you. Security without strength breeds complacency. You don't need to become colder. You need to become stronger. You don't need to threaten to leave. You need to live in a way where leaving is always an option, because your life is already full. So if you've ever felt like the backup plan, if you've ever sensed the power dynamic slowly shifting against you, this is your moment to reset it. Comment below. I choose value. Subscribe if you're ready to understand women at the level most men never reach. Not the surface emotions, but the deeper psychology driving them. And share this with a man who is giving everything and slowly losing his position without realizing it. Make her respect you and she will fear losing you.